Welcome back, everyone, to Cape's Corner Creation. Today we're going to do a flip through of this beautiful journal. It's so pretty and has a great little tie with a purple ribbon. Before I get started, I just want to hope you're all having a great day and experiencing this beautiful weather we're having. I don't know where you are, but where I am, the sun is shining and it's really nice out. I'm a bigger fan of summer, but fall is also a great time of year. Anyway, so before we get started, I'll just show the outside of this journal. Has a little purple ribbon to tie it, closed. There's some lace, there's some really pretty butterfly lavender material under here with some ribbon and some white material on the spine to give it a little bit more security, and the same on the back cover. We have some spine jewelry here that comes off. This beautiful collection of ribbon comes off. There is ribbons and lace and cord and trim all together here on this little clip that you can take off and put back on. So we're just going to set that aside. It's much easier when you're journaling not to have that attached. And this also comes off. You can always change your ribbon or put something that you prefer on your journal. But there we have it. It's very full. Nearly every page, or just about, I would say, every page has lace or ribbon on the edge of it. It's very pretty. It's big. It's about a 5-inch. Let me see if I can grab my ruler. You know, that ruler disappears. There we go. Yeah, it's 5-inch mouth on that. It is a 8-inch in length. It's 5.5 inches wide. It has a 1.5-inch spine. It has two very full signatures in there, if you can see. So, let's take a peek. Inside cover, there's 3 pockets here. The first one has this journaling card. You can write on either side. This is a paper bag material here on the front. Just a piece of ribbon, some bling, and on the back some music paper. And that slips right in there. And the second little card has just some journaling space there. This is an old tag from the embroidery floss that I had many years of crafting, trying to use all my bits and pieces. And then in this pocket, which is also has some journaling space, you could write the date that you received this journal or special notes to yourself. And this is a letter from me, and just explaining about how to use your journal. And there's a little handwritten note. I do this to all of the journals. This journal's name is Jolie, and that is the meaning of it's pretty. And it is pretty. I name all the journals with and give a meaning of their name, and that's always tucked in the front cover. There we go. Over on this page, we start out with this pretty picture of the ocean, the Atlantic Ocean, and on the East Coast in New England, that I took many years ago. Took this photo. So I thought, well, I have buckets of photos. I thought I would share and put this in the journal as a little tuck, and it houses this full sheet of journaling paper, coffee dyed paper, that is ready. Let me move this up a little bit so you can see. so that you can put all kinds of information and notes and things on there, and of course you can use the top of this paper for writing as well. So lots of journaling space there. And then the next page just has some pretty paper, has this elastic ribbon holding on to this journaling paper. Just a piece of paper, but I thought it was pretty, and slips right in there. Another spot for journaling. You'll find some inspirational words along the way. I do enjoy that in my journals. We all need positive energy, so I try to use positive inspiration in the journals. There's some writing space here on this coffee dyed paper. On both sides you can write, even with all the butterflies. You can write on the butterflies, around the butterflies, and a little journaling card here. And we have coloring paper. I like to add coloring paper to my journals because I'm a doodler, so I like to color or draw when I'm idle or on the phone or what have you. So you can't write your thoughts while you're talking on the phone, but you can doodle. So I add those in my journals. There's some inspiration back here and writing space. Over here there's just a collage of paper that is coloring paper, some washi tape, some old vintage craft pages from craft books, and music paper, and crochet patterns, all calendar paper, just a collage of paper, and a little pocket that holds these two cute journaling cards that you have room to write on. These collages are so cute. Here it says, start somehow, somewhere, start somewhere. I would read it right. There you go. So we all start somewhere. And a little Amor love heart on there. There we go. And as you notice, as we go through, lace trim on each page, and they're not all the same. Some are different. There's maybe a couple of repeats, but I try to give it some character by not using the same lace on each page. This is an old dictionary page. I had found a few vintage and one antique. I don't know how old you have to be to antique. I think it's over 50 years. And vintage, I think, is 20 years or 25. But one of my dictionaries was from 1942. And the pages are very brittle, but I love using that in my journals. This is actually a picture that I cut off a note card that I had made. I'm trying to use up those, any paper, cards, or old envelopes, so many things you can use in your journals. So I just cut this and added it as a journaling card, the cover of a note card. And we just made a little pocket for that with lace, and there's a little bling on here, an old piece of jewelry that I added, and a little bead on there with different kinds of lace. And then another journaling card. This one is really hard, so you could use it under a page for writing. If you're, in a spot that you're not at a table, you can use this card under your pages for writing. And it also has writing space. More writing space. In this pocket we have a little bonus. There's a little notebook you could throw in your pocketbook or in your pocket, and it is filled with some, a journal inside a journal. It has several pieces of paper for writing. You can write on the cover. And then there's 1, 2, let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's 20 pieces of paper for writing, and then again on the back cover as well. So plenty of room for journaling. You can grab that and take that with you. Fits right in there. It's pretty flat, so it doesn't take up much space. This is an old page from, I don't know where, some very old book. And this is about wild rice, seeds of a precious grain, all about when the native Indians came and settled in Dakota and Minnesota, Canada. Anyway, it's a little information there. And some journaling space. I like history, bits of history, not all history. Some history puts me to sleep. But some things are always interesting to read about, so I try and add those if I find them in old books, magazines. And this is a little flip out for journaling space here and here. This is an old photograph that I had taken of a quilt that I had made with some vintage materials, and that's in there. Here is another little bonus pack that has many places to write, made out of old vintage encyclopedia. So I just added some writing space. Here it says, I always love books. And then that one opens up for writing space. Here it says, remember learning. And then it opens up to a bigger writing space. It's Great Smoky Mountains. Well, now you know I live in Tennessee. I do not, however, live in the Smoky Mountains. I'm more southern, central. But it's only a 3-hour ride. And this just says Saturday and Sunday. You could write your notes for the weekend or your goals for the weekend and write on there. And you got the paper also to write on. So that slips right in there. Some coloring space. Most of my journals have coloring space. Some more writing space. Just a pretty map paper. Full page of writing space. Here there's another little pamphlet book. There's writing space here. These are patterns from way back. Probably late 60s, early 70s. Even the sizes of the patterns were way smaller back then than they are now. Everything was shorter for one thing. In the 70s, everything was very short, above the knee or just to the knee. Clothes are so different. They come and go over the years, but the patterns are surely smaller. There's some writing space here. This is a little flip with writing space on the inside there on the back cover, and that flips over this page with writing space, and on the back page a full sheet of writing space. So lots of writing space, even though it's not a big pamphlet. It has plenty of space. This page is full for blank for writing. Inside here we have a little pocket with a little tuck, and it holds a little journaling card for you to write on. This was made out of all kinds of material, from material to old vintage pages to we have a paper bag, some washi tape, some lace, some ribbon, just all kinds of material here, and this slips in here, and it opens up with journaling space on both these sides, and in the back there's another pocket with more journaling space. So that has a lot of little tucks and secret pockets there. And more writing space, another journaling card. This is the paper from that old craft book. So that and another one, washable fabrics and notions. You don't see that word notions much anymore. You just see, the store name. This is an old picture of one I took in the area where I used to live. You can tell I don't have that southern accent. I haven't been here a long time. Well, I've been here, I don't know, 13 or so years, but I'm from New England, so yeah. However, my grandchildren have that little southern accent. Very cute. Here in this pocket, this is a piece of old lace that I have had probably, oh my, I don't know, many, many, many years. And I have so much stuff in my craft closet that I thought, well, I'm going to use as much as I can before I, go out and buy things. So making junk journals is great for me because I have all these leftovers of things. And I thought, well, I'm going to use what's in my cabinet. So little journal cards here. There's 3 for writing. This is a little pocket. Has a couple of writing space journal cards. Another picture from my collection of photography. I was doing that for some time. This is a little cup which looks like a little flower pot, so I drew a little flower behind it. These are those little cups you make to drink water. We used to do that in school. I used to do that for a craft with the kids in my daycare. And more writing space. More writing space. It's a little paper doily glued down in the middle of that page. And I wrote here, "You are beautiful." And so I have these pretty little girls here. I don't think children are told that enough, so I try and use that even for our adults. Sometimes you forget we're all beautiful one way or another. More lace, beautiful lace on all these pages. I just have to say, it's so pretty. All these pages are coffee dyed or tea stained with some ink. Some have ink, some have both. And this is a full sheet of journaling paper. Another page. This is just a collection of paper, just made them smaller. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces of paper just glued together, and I cut out a little butterfly out of the last piece, put a little bling on him, and so cute. This is another piece of journaling paper with some white pearls on there, some coloring space, and here it says, "Who or what are some of your inspirations for joy and happiness?" We all need to remember to include that in our day. Positive and gratitudes. Positivity and gratitudes always help to get through a day. We live in crazy times, so it's always a good note to have those inspirations. Here we have a full page of journaling space. So much here. Coffee dyed paper with some ink stain. Nice little cute pocket with some lace, some rickrack. This is a piece of paper. I can't remember where I got that. I think it was junk mail, to be honest with you. This little cluster is a button, some lace, some ribbon, that very old lace, and very old vintage page under there. This was some wrapping paper that I had saved. I really knew somewhere along the line I would be using that, so there it is. And you can use this space for gluing a picture on or just leaving it, whatever works. More journaling space, more journaling space. Here's another piece of that pink paper, another full sheet of writing paper tucked in there, which is plenty of room. You could add more things in there. More lace, more pretty rickrack. This is another photograph that I had taken of a, in the background you can see the swans. This is a little bit of a marsh, really pretty. Then this pocket has some information about animals and things that live on the water. There's 3 journaling cards here. Writing space. Oh, and this one is on both sides. So extra writing space there. Another little cluster. So you don't throw away your scraps. You know, there was a time when I probably would have ditched some of these things, but now they're precious to me. So I try to use every piece of material and paper. You know, you do have to throw some things away, but for the most part, you're using all of your scraps. This is why this craft is so fun, because you think you don't have enough to do it, and before you know it, your scrap pile it grows. It grows when you think you're going to use that today. I'm going to get my scrap pile and make things, and as I'm making things, I'm making more scraps. Oh my goodness. It's so that you always have plenty. Be sure of that. And this little pocket was just made out of a big piece of lace that I had, and I just glued it around. And then we have another journaling card, slips right in there, and it's big enough to put more things inside there. Over here we just have some gorgeous lace trim. So pretty. I don't know if you can see that with this light. Sometimes the light is so bright. I don't know if you can see the sparkle, because it has those what do you call them? Sequins, like they're clear sequins and they sparkle, and there's white pearls on there. Very pretty. This is a butterfly that I took a picture of, and I cut it out of the photo and made a little journaling tuck there. Same here. This is just another page of so many scrap papers in that little tray that I keep with all those bits and pieces, and just put them all on there, and it's so pretty when you put it all together. This is an old piece of junk mail envelope. You know, you get that stuff in the mail. Oh my goodness. You could build a house with all the junk mail that you get in the mail. Here's a picture of farmland here, Tennessee. It's taken many years back. And on the back side, journaling space. There you go. This is a little flip over piece that goes over this page with journaling space there, and on the back side, so you have 3 spaces to write. This is a full sheet here, and when you turn it over, put this back, and when you turn it over, there's a piece of lace with a button and some journaling space on that page, and of course your whole page here. Push that down. More of the same journaling. This picture was just so pretty, I thought I'd glue it to the page. Some purple flowers. The light is a little weird, but there you can see that. Some journaling space down here. Of course, you can cover these pieces with a photo or add more paper. Let's see this one here. And then more journaling spaces. More writing space. This is a paper bag. You can write on it and on this card. Tucks in. This is one of my old note cards that I had used, or a piece of cardstock maybe this was. Yeah, and I just added a really cute photo and some writing space in there. So that was on there. This one here is cute, and you look at it and it says inspire, and you lift this, you hold the sides here, let me see if I can grab it, and it opens up with all this writing space, and you just fold it back and it closes itself. And of course you have all the page to write on as well. I've learned over the years that one who really gets into their journaling uses every writing space, every little piece of paper, not just the insides, but everywhere. And even on here, you can have all of this writing space, and then again on this side, all of this writing space. So there's writing space in places you would normally think to go, oh, I should write on there as well. But you can. This little bookmark with a button and lace says special. We're all special one way or another. This one just says Paris. Some people love to travel. I don't travel much, but I like to look at photos of places. Just another little cluster of papers. It says beautiful. Back here we have writing paper and another journaling card, some coloring space, more writing space, another one of these little drink pockets holding some journaling cards, and another envelope here with a full sheet of coffee dyed paper to write on, and that tucks right in. And like I said, you can always add to your pockets and tucks more papers or things, you souvenirs, you want to put special memories on a piece of paper, you just tuck them right into your journal. Plenty of room to add your own things and items in these journals, or use these as bookmarks and replace your things into the pockets. And more journaling cards. Another page. This lace is actually, it looks, like I stained it, but I didn't. It's just so old that it has its own aging spots on there. But I love it. It's beautiful lace. We have another little pocket that I made out of a piece of paper, out of a coffee dyed paper, and put some leaves on it. And inside here, some journaling space. There we go. Hold that down. This over here has another piece of paper for writing, big piece of paper, and it says, cherish the memories. We do need to cherish our memories. It seems like some days take so long to get through, but the years just go so fast. It's like, how does that happen? But it does. More writing space, more paper. I love the way that coffee dyes the papers and makes the lines run. It's so pretty. This pocket is just a piece of lace, but it does house these two little cards, and it would take plenty, more papers if you need to stick them in there for photographs. Here are some journaling cards here, and then this is a piece of paper that opens up for writing on both sides. This is all about trees. I love plants and the wildlife, so I like to have little things to look at or read in my journals. More writing space, a piece of paper that opens up. It says joy. More coloring space. This is another piece of paper for writing. And of course you can write on the paper itself. This is old tracing paper or parchment paper, copy dyed. Just some music paper I thought was cute on there, and you can always write in between the lines or glue something to it. And on the back cover there's a little bit of a writing space on both sides on that little card. And here it says together always, these two little butterflies, and my initials and my stamp there. So there is this journal. Really, really pretty. And I'm glad that you were here with me today to walk through this journal. This particular journal is currently on my Etsy shop. You can find that link below. And currently on sale for the until the end of October. There are several of them on sale, probably most of them right now on my Etsy shop, because in the near future, probably in another week or so, you're going to start seeing new ones. It's a great time of year for Christmas shopping, so have a look at all the journals. There will be different kinds, different flavors, because I'm trying to incorporate journals for all walks of life. People are all different, and some people like butterflies and some like different things. So there will be different kinds coming, and different sizes, all different sizes. So this one is very stuffed with pretty laces, but with a ton of writing space. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video of this particular journal. There will be more to come, and I'm looking forward to coming back with you all again. But for right now, if you enjoyed this video, I'd like you to please give me a thumbs up so I know that it's putting a smile on somebody's face. Share and subscribe. Remember to ring that little bell so that you can see upcoming videos. And thank you for joining me here today. See you next time. Bye-bye.